Okay. Are you excited?
Let me not product.
I respect it. Okay.
There's a brand.
I do. There's a certain image to uphold, so we're going to uphold it. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Pilar, and this is Pal Talks. I'm here with...
Tobi.
And what is it that you do, Tobi?
I work in PR, I make clothes, and I tutor kids.
Oh, wait, so that's like a whole rainbow of things. So can you talk about how you at least have the time and personal energy to do all these things?
See, that's a question I ask myself too. Kind of take it like a day at a time, basically. Like, my job is pretty interesting. I work for a bunch of different brands, like Pampers, Swiffer, Cadillac, LVMH, Emirates. It's something new every week. And then making clothes is so much fun. It's literally, like, I could spend hours just in the studio just pressing graphics, sewing stuff and stuff like that. And then the kids I tutor are honestly like so interesting. I tutor them in business, marketing stuff, and sometimes fashion as well. Some of their ideas are actually crazy. Like, they're in middle school or maybe high school, and I'm like, wow, you inspire me. I'm meant to be teaching you, but you inspire me.
And that leads me to my next question. How do you is there a way that you've blended all of them? Is it a kid says something really funny, you press it on a shirt, you're starting to do your own clothes for these companies that you're working for?
What I have my kids do it's like their only homework, and anybody who follows me on Instagram will see that I do this like every Sunday or every 2 weeks. I get them to basically take 20 pictures from their week, whether it was like a picture they took or something they saw on the internet, anything of note, and just like text it to me. So it's kind of like a weekly mood board thing that I have them do, and just seeing the ways in which they find inspiration in like random things, I think that is really cool. I'm like, wow. In the same way that I would find inspiration in something that a lot of other people wouldn't be able to see inspiration in, that they find inspiration in stuff that I never would have thought about. It implicitly kind of changes the way that I design stuff, because I'm like, oh, I could look at something this way instead.
Why was it important for you to have them do an exercise like that?
If you can find anything inspiring, then you'll never have writer's block.
Ooh, okay, wait. I'm like, can you put that on a t-shirt? I will get that, please, and thank you. And I do want to get into your fashion and the brand that you have. I would love for you to talk more about that, because I think that, again, writer's block is real, creativity is hard, something to keep up, but you're doing it and you're in the thick of it. So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so my brand is called Don't Shoot. It's kind of like a political, also like parody brand. So I kind of like doing satirical stuff, funny stuff, and serious stuff, and also stuff at the end of the day that just looks cool. I make stuff that I would wear. I started out basically printing on thrifted stuff or old stuff I had in my closet. And part of my brand, I still kind of do that. Like, I make a lot of one-of-ones. Don't Shoot, obviously, it's kind of like a statement on how pervasive violence is in our society. Activism through a more subtle way, rather than just calling it out directly. I think a lot of people get exhausted when they hear someone standing on it's called like a soapbox,
Soapbox, yeah.
And preaching all the time. They kind of feel like they're being talked down to. But I feel like humor or just something being cool is a really good way of convincing someone of something without it seeming like you're convincing them.
Oh, so you're like, I'm here with you, I want to level with you right fast.
Yeah.
These are the big things going on. This is what's affecting our world, our society.
Yeah.
And you do that through clothing.
I kind of call this the Banty effect. A lot of people don't listen to Nirvana, and then they buy a Nirvana t-shirt. And then someone's going to ask them about their shirt. Or they're worried someone's going to ask them about their shirt, so they decide to just listen to Nirvana. And turns out maybe they actually really like Nirvana.
Oh
you know?
God.
So it's kind of like an implicit thing where it's like, I wonder what the shirt means, or I wonder why that picture, what this picture is from, or something like that.
That's so crazy that you said that, because me personally, I will not buy a shirt. If it's a concert tee or something, I'm a really big Willow fan and I bought the Willow shirt, but I'm I didn't go to this concert. I kind of feel like a fraud, wearing this, because I didn't experience that. People sometimes will do and wear stuff, but it's they don't actually know what it is. That's why I won't wear anything that is a different language, because I'm I don't know. I could be walking around saying suck my titties or something, and that's
walking
not
around
the
with a
message.
slur.
Exactly, and it's oh, someone will see that and don't want that. And for you personally, How have, oh my God, hold on, my mind went blank for a second. Did it do? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. My mind went so blank.
It happens.
Oh, speaking of mind going blank, when your mind does go blank and you do have any creative blocks that might pop up, how do you push past that?
I'm still working on that, to be honest. But I feel that sometimes just going back to something I know, and maybe also just looking at old stuff that I've done, or I'm like, okay, that didn't work, but maybe now with the knowledge that I have, can I make this work? I make a lot of mistakes in my work, and a lot of those mistakes, they end up in the final product, basically. Because I realize, oh, this mistake actually looks really cool if someone doesn't know that's a mistake. I've had many, sometimes I'll like give away like a one of one, because I'm like, oh yeah, this one messed up. I'm like, wow, this looks kind of cooler than like the design that you're going to do. I kind of realized that there's also inspiration in like me maybe trying to do the same thing, but how can I mess this up? Or like, what if I don't press for as long as I should? Maybe it's a little bit faded. Maybe this dye is bleeding into like the fabric a bit too much, but maybe that looks really cool to someone.
I'm guessing, are you not a perfectionist or are you a perfectionist?
I think when I have something, there's certain pieces where I'm much more perfectionist about. If it's on my website, oh, don't shoot us.us, by the way.
We'll put the link right there.
If it's something that I'm like shipping and like someone's specifically like, okay, I want it to look like this, then obviously it has to be perfect. But I started out basically selling at flea markets. That was kind of my thing. Flea market, most people are looking at secondhand stuff. So stuff that has like imperfections, it's not judged in a way, like you're kind of just judging it off the way it looks, not oh, this has some imperfection, or this is, because you can't tell what the imperfection is. Also, I have a lot of people like, oh, can you make this for me? Or, oh, I want to do something with this shirt. And I'm like, well, it might not turn out perfectly, but it might turn out really cool regardless.
Wait, how did you get into flea markets?
So I used to be president of the fashion club at USC. And I was like, oh, let's put on
Big for your boy.
Yeah. FIA. Shout out FIA. We put on flea markets, and I just took a bunch of random vendors that me and my friends liked from Silver Lake or Melrose or Los Feliz or Black Market Flea. And at some point, because I mean, it's not like I was really getting paid, like they paid the club, but at some point when I was like, I want to get into clothes, a lot of these people helped me get into a lot of these flea markets. I actually sell my stuff at a store by USC. It's called Retrofit Los Angeles. Shout out
Oh my
Angel.
gosh, you're in brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just partnered with a bunch of other vendors and stuff like that.
I always love to do a little something with my guests. So right now, I want you to like build a shirt for me in the don't shoot kind of vibe and aesthetic, but like mash it with either Pilar or Paltox. What would it be? Are we giving sweater base? Is it denim? Walk us through it.
Okay. We'll go piece by piece.
Okay. I'm excited.
I love text. Like, I love the way that words are shapes and you can do so much with them. Even if the word itself isn't legible, I think it'd be really cool to have like a pair of jeans where Paltox is just kind of, I would probably either spray paint or bleach, or like airbrush it on, but just like a massive pattern, almost to the point where you can't see what the words mean, and in some ways, but you can still see Paltox and like, you know. So people would look at it and be like, first of all, there's like interest in the shape. They're like, what is this cool pattern?
What's going on
and then
here?
they see something to it, instead of them just seeing like, oh, Paltox, and then looking away.
Because that way you get the conversation out of it.
Exactly.
Like, I
oh,
want to know.
what's Paltox? Why is it like on your
Who
jeans?
is Pal? Why are they talking?
Exactly. Who is Pal? Why are they talking? Like, why are they talking so much on your jeans? I do a lot of sun printing, and sun printing is like a very hard process. You basically use UV rays, aka the sun, to print something on like a shirt or a sweater or something like that. I think maybe I'll make a collage from a bunch of your episodes and like put it on.
Oh, that would be friggin' fire.
You know.
Oh my gosh! Wow, the brain, the genius.
Yeah, I probably put it on like a crop. I love doing crop tops and stuff like that. And the way like the thumbprint is always imperfect in the way that every thumbprint is going to be different to the next. So some parts of the collage might not even look super clear. Others might come out really clear. So it kind of just creates this, I don't know, mosaic of shapes and images that also somehow manifests into like, oh, is that her like interviewing or something like that, you know?
Oh wait, is
Yeah.
that Tobi? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Kind of carrying the motif from like the pants, like.
So that repetition. That's
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Like repetition, but I don't really know what this is. Oh, okay, I see what this is. Now I'm interested.
Ooh.
It's like clickbait with clothing.
Oh my gosh. So Pal Talks merch coming soon.
Hey.
We're gonna work on something. Don't just y'all wait, and then I'm gonna pop out, and then it's gonna be like, wow, don't shoot, and then it's like bow bow bow.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that. And
Amen.
to wrap up this lovely interview, I would love for you to give any pieces of advice to those aspiring creatives who do want to take, a random leap or dealing with writer's block. I feel like you're just overall a creative person, so you could speak to literally any aspect of the creative process of any type of creator, and it's just gonna go so hard. So
I'm not even saying this from like a point where I have this wisdom and like I've made it, but honestly, just trying your best to make something that you see in your head, even knowing that you're not going to make it perfectly. There's a time for being like a perfectionist, but if you're starting out on an idea, that's not the time. You want to find the way to make like an MVP, like a minimum viable product, or just a way to even move forward, even if maybe you realize, okay, making it this way is not going to work, because that's kind of failing upwards. You don't know how you're going to be able to do something until you try and do it. And who knows, maybe what you end up making is imperfect in your eyes, but perfect in someone else's eyes. So I think the best thing to do is just fret less on what the perfect like final product is going to be, and fret more about, okay, how am I going to try and do this? I mean, maybe you use like the cheapest materials, or maybe you just cut a few corners, but getting something done is better than nothing most of the time.
Tobi with a mic drop. Do you want to drop the mic? I feel like that'd be a great way to end the episode. Be sure to like and subscribe.